Good morning, guys. Welcome back, Optimus. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. So today we are doing a little bit of a different plan than what we've been doing before. So previously, before we've been trading straight up the mini, and we've had some success with that, and developed our cushion that way. Uh, what we're doing a little bit differently today we're probably going to focus on trading the micros and building up a cushion that way. It's a little bit slower, it takes a little bit more time, but it's also a lot less risk. So we're probably going to be focused on that right now. And then throughout the day, if we develop a large enough cushion, then we'll start taking some swings. Ooh, that's good coffee. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the market. I haven't even taken a look at the market today. Basically, just been running around all morning. So let's dive in. Let's jump straight to TOS. TOS, for me, is just easier to get an assessment. Clearly, we're in a downward trend. We are hitting 38.68 level. So let's go ahead and pull back a little bit. So this was yesterday. Yesterday we topped out at 39.36 on the day. Yesterday was actually pretty bullish. Got this, what Michael Burry would call a dead cat bounce. We bounced off this 38.46 level and ran all the way up. I had a huge run yesterday. Look at this, like 11 o'clock. Just boom! I really wish I was here actually trading at that time. We were trading earlier today during this section, which wasn't bad, honestly. But it would have been nice to take advantage of some of those moves. Okay, so let's get some levels up here at the top. Okay, now let's take a look at what we're actually looking at. Just right down here. With this downward trend, you can see we're on the 5-minute chart. You can see here on the TTM that we've basically been stair-stepping down on the 5-minute chart. Big volume here, that was the open. Big drop at the open, and it's pretty much been kind of dropping for the most part since. Let's go ahead and switch back to the 1-minute chart. Take a look at Trade of 8 in a bit, but at the moment, so more than likely we're probably going to be going short most of the day. Like for example, right now we've got these lows down here. What level is this? 38.63. Let's throw it in there. Like right now, it did look like it got this little crossover on the 9 there, but never crossed the 12.26, or maybe it did. It's kind of hard to tell. But very clear resistance at the 50, and little bounce here off of 38.70 area. What is this? 38.68. But two TMs are red dots. We did get a little bit of a cyan squeeze, like a cyan switch right there. So it looks like we're gonna have these little like stair step patterns. We can essentially go long when we get these little pops up here, but for the vast majority, the trend is downward, and so that's what I'm gonna be focused on. Definitely not gonna have us at 12. Today's gonna be a scalping kind of day. We're gonna want to be like in and out of our trades quickly today, like very quickly. Take a little feeler trade right there. I already don't like my entry. Yeah, so even that, like, I definitely gonna be going for like 2 ticks today. I don't even know about taking 3 ticks. Like 3 ticks honestly seems like a little potentially excessive for the day. Jump into the eval. I'm actually just jumping over here to the chat. Just say what up. Hey, what's going on, Todd? Long 63. Do I use standard deviation? To be honest, no. I to be honest, dude, I don't actually remember what standard deviation is. I learned it once a few years ago, and I don't actually remember what that is. When I trade, I basically just look for chart patterns. Frankly, man, like my entire life, dude, I've recognized patterns in just about everything. I specialized for several years in recognizing patterns in speech patterns, body language patterns, everything from financial patterns to just basically just patterns. I've always seen patterns in everything my entire life. So the reality of it is, when I started day trading, I started day trading seriously anyway. When I started day trading seriously on stocks, I basically just identified price movement and just bought it and sold based off that. And I had one losing trade my first month as a result of it. So I was like, okay, this can kind of work. But the fact is, man, I have very little outside of my own strategy, and I could expand, and I do expand a little bit here and there. But a lot of times I go out, I expand, I learn that stuff, and then I come back to my original strategy because I'm like, this is what works. So that I just really just stick a lot to what works for me. But I probably should relearn what standard deviation is. Now I'm like, just gave up all my. I have no credibility of any kind. But I just rather be real, honestly. Basically, the way that I trade, if this thing would, why won't I can't share my screen? What's going on? Here we go. Okay, basically the way I trade is I'm looking for, I'm really just looking for price action, in regards to like where they are from the moving average indicators. The EMAs are everything that I need to trade, and the TTM. I did use RSI for a period of time. I was supremely inaccurate on it. Like basically every time I tried to trade outside of the way that I normally trade, my accuracy was like 55, 65%. But the way that I normally trade, my accuracy is usually 85 to 95%. So I'd rather just stick with that because I know it works for me. But everybody's different and everybody sees the charts different. And I think that's one thing that's really, really cool about trading is that, like, I've met some people who are like, they use the MACD all day long, or people who use average true range, which I actually am super curious about. But I've not done enough research on ATR yet. But ATR seems super useful, especially for cryptocurrency. But for me, I usually just look for what arrangement are these moving average indicators in, and are we getting a crossover? So like we got this crossover here. You can see that this 9 and this 12 dipped below this this white 26 SMA line, and right when it did, it was like boom, it just had this big downward red candle. Same like right over here, where the if I could manipulate the chart well enough. Same like right over here, you can see that the 9 dipped above the 26, and we got this big green candle, or I should say went above, and we got this big green candle. Granted, it rejected, but that wasn't the point. I mean, the point is essentially you're in here at 38.70 and you're out at 38.72. You're out like right here, you know. So that's kind of the idea behind this whole trading strategy here. And the other thing is that, like, I'm looking at, okay, so we've got the 35 here. The 35 is a super strong area of support and resistance. And you can see that, like, it came up here, resisted 35, resisted 35, resisted 35 here and here, and down here, right back there. Again, that was the 26 actually. Again here and this whole area, this whole section. So like that's really how I trade, Todd. And then the other thing that I'm looking at on a more macro scale, since that's like hyper up close, is are we like what's the extension here that we see? And I can't remember. That might be standard deviation. But I honestly don't remember. But like, what's the extension here from the volume weighted average price? The volume weighted average price being this purple line right here. This one, this purple indicator, and essentially how far away are we from this? And the volume weighted average price right now is at 38.85 or so, right in that range. And we're down $20+ from that, or around $20 from that. And I've noticed just from a pattern perspective, the ES usually it can support roughly up to $30 away from the view app in either direction before it starts climbing back towards the view app. But that's just a pattern that I've noticed. Getting a nice rip here on this possible crossover. Currently, the 9 is still below the 12, but it's like starting to pass up through it now. This was a bounce off of 38.65. Looks like a nice run the ES. Switch to the micro. Getting a little bit of a turnaround on the TTM as well. 9 now above the 12. For an entry point, let's switch this over to 5 ticks. Gonna go long on an entry if I can find a good spot. So we got this 50 here that could act as resistance or support. 5 seconds left in this candle. I don't want to enter on this candle because it's just too close to the next candle. This could end up being a false break again. Just going back through here, I saw a bunch of false breaks. What we really want to see for the actual momentum is to see, number one, that's this yellow line, the 9 EMA, get and stay above the cyan line, this 12 EMA, and both of those get above the 26 SMA, and even better, get above the 26 SMA and the 35 EMA. The 35 EMA, from some of my previous videos, you may have heard me talk about it. The 35 EMA we use as a trend reversal indicator. So right now it's above the 26. This lets us know that we're likely going to get a trend reversal to the upside in the very near future. Entering the bid here, see if we get an entry. Looking for 5 ticks to the upside. Kind of missed that entry right here the way I wanted, but that's might be okay. Gotta watch this closely though. We're in 8 contracts of the micro. 30 seconds left on this candle. Bit of a pullback here. More than I want to see, but come on, push back up. Down 6 ticks at the moment. Hands over the cover button. We're trading the micros right now to keep our risk low. Going for 5 ticks to the upside, which should be worth 50 before fees. New candle forming now. Didn't get that break. I gotta cut it. Or do I? Basically, for a test this 3873 level, which was the high of this wick. A 1 minute candle to make a new high would give us a run back towards the VWAP. VWAP's only at 38.79, which is about $7 up from this range here. And did we get that crossover? We did, but just barely on this candle. Right now, the crossovers are running into resistance 35. If this next candle here goes red, we're out. Still looking for that 1 minute candle to break a new high, but this 50 is acting as support or resistance here. I don't like that. Cyan at 0.7 on the TTM. Supposed to look at that down here, but it's kind of harder to measure on the Trade of 8. Four seconds. A little mini flag here. We're still holding this trade basically because we're battling this 50 EMA. We did get that crossover on the 1226 with the 9 above the 12. 9 is now dipping breaking above the 35. We're back at break even on this trade. We're just looking for a test of this 98 or this 38.73 level. In all honesty, I think we're going to get a test back towards VWAP here soon. We've come very close. We actually even tapped our sell order, but didn't fill. Time, 7 seconds left in this candle. 1 second. Come on. Really hitting resistance here. This area. TTM is still stacking up. TTM's at like 2.1. 2.4 now. What a frustrating trade. And next candle here in 1 second. Starting to look weak.
Order filled.
Finally. Yikes, man. That was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minute trade. That is so much longer than my normal trades. Normal trades are usually 9 seconds. But that breakout really took a lot longer than we expected. Getting that breakout now, that push towards that volume weighted average price, big push up. Up 39.44 on the day. Just checking back in. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just checking up on the chat. Totally changed the way I trade. That's what the CCM did for me. Totally changed the way I trade. Shorted 39.23 last night and had 63 on my chart yesterday. As I'm just gonna make it easier. As part of my standard deviation. Let's see, double bottom on 63, 6-month standard deviation level. Morning, Tiny. Your system's not sending me your notifications. Tiny, that's exactly what I'm saying, dude. You got to opt into the email list if you're not already in there, because you'll literally just get the email from me with the link directly to the stream. So just make sure you're in that email list. It should be the very first link there in the link or in the description. 20 moving average is holding, ranging 63 to 73 range. Todd, I like your assessments. Okay. I'll switch this over to 3 ticks, and I don't want that on the chart. 10 seconds left in this candle. We definitely did get that move towards the VWAP that we wanted to see. Might switch over to the mini here. I don't like this song for whatever reason. It's like distracting me. It's a little more. So that's that exact type of strategy setup that we're talking about. Is you see that crossover, 9 above the 12, everything getting above the 50. Gonna hit resistance here at 38.80. I don't know why my view app is in 2 completely different places on each chart. Is this going to be our pullback here? I can see a pullback maybe to like 38.75 or possibly 76. Our TTM is now at 7.3. Sorry, not 2. 7. New candle. Still continuing to pull back a little bit. Got this kind of curling thing going on. Join the bid here.
Order filled.
Looking for 2 ticks to the upside on the mini. Gotta cut it quick. Cutting it there.
Order filled.
I think it's gonna bounce. Took that L. That puts us down on the day. Down 70. Going back to the micros. Get the cushion built back up. Look at that doji at the bottom here of that move. It typically usually means that we're going to move to the upside, but got this doji followed by a hammer candle. Price action looks good for a long. Gonna add in a 7-tick move here. One second. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of like 5-minute pullback happening. Going some cooling on the TTM. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Tiny, if you're not seeing my emails, make sure that you've added my email address to your contact list or whitelisted my emails. Sometimes with any autoresponder or any sort of like email mailing list, it could end up in a spam folder. It just happens. Even if I do like spam checks and things like that beforehand to try and make sure that it doesn't, it still can happen. A real big trend indicator that would really help us go bullish would be at this green 50 you got above this red 200 SMA.
Order filled.
For 3 ticks long to 78.50. I wanted to actually get filled here at 77.50, but we got filled at 75.
Order filled.
Got that one. Now down about 50 on the day. Basically from that mini trade that we took. I don't know if that linked or not. So I do think that potential short off of VWAP may be a potential move here. Although our indicators are still showing moves to the upside, and there still seems to be a good amount of momentum going that way. Rip through VWAP here. Would have been a nice move. Rejecting VWAP. Yeah, Todd, I think going short of VWAP may actually be a decent option. Yeah, no worries, Tiny. You could always just opt back in too, if for whatever reason. Like, I don't know. I did see a few people dropped off my list, so it could be why. I don't know. There's that short you're talking about at the VWAP. Not quite the trend reversal yet. In order to go short, really, we'd want to see this 9 go above the 12, at least for me. But definitely off the VWAP, there is definitely a solid place to go short. 30 seconds left in this candle. We may actually go short too if we pull back, or pull back up to this 77.50 area. Maybe up here to the EMA. 10 seconds left in this. 8, 2, 1. Watch out for shorts to fill here, potentially. Sometimes we see a red candle like this, and it's followed by a big green candle. Probably going to stick with the micros for a couple of days and just build our cushion back up. Breaking below the 33.75 level, or 38.75. I keep wanting to call the 8 a 3. And new candle in 1 second. That definitely would have been a really nice short there. Did you take that short, Todd? Closed long from 63. $63 is a great entry, man. That's like 13 bucks, dude. Even at one contract, that's a lot. TTM now has basically completely cooled. 9 still above 12. Bouncing off 35. The 26 has crossed above the 50. So we may actually end up having some like ascending support. I see that double bottom you're talking about. So we may actually start getting ascending support to begin a move back up and a permanent switch. So a permanent switch, but a trend reversal. We do have the 50 has worked its way up a bit to 72, and the 200 is moving down to 82. So these got a ways to go before they converge, but it does look like we're heading back towards the upward momentum. After a downward trend most of the day, but we are coming up at the top of the hour, and sometimes that's a pretty powerful area to trade in. Look for a pullback here. For possible entry. Trying to join the bid off 76. Missed the entry. You can see that's why I canceled it. Essentially, I was trying to take advantage of this pop that I could see coming, but we just missed the entry point. I was trying to get the entry off of 38.7650 or 38.7625 and get out at on 77. Nice pop up. Nice big rip up, actually. One second left on this candle. Pushing up towards view up now. It's looking strong for a move through view up. Watch out for rejection at the 200 moving average, which is at 38.82. Join the bid here,
Order
right at the
filled.
view up. For 3800.70 or 3880.75. Sorry, man. Sometimes my visual impairment gets in the way. Okay, good. These did link.
Order filled.
All right, took that. That was about a $30. Well, 20 after fees. Jeez, we're paying like $10 in fees on these 8 contracts. Ooh, big rip. TTM is Cyan 2. I want to take a scalp on the mini. Kind of right here at view app 3883. TTM went from 2.1 to 2.4. Get some struggle there. The 83. Checking back in the comments to see what's up. Be sure y'all like and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications, by the way. Standard deviation wants 38.98. Okay, Todd, can you explain what this means? So what that means is Yeah, can you explain what it means? Yeah, no worries, Tiny. So does that basically mean that we're looking at a rejection at 98? Is that what that means? Or does that mean that we want to push up to hit 98? Because we're obviously not there yet. I was wanting to take a trade through this section here, and it just didn't do it. TTM battling the cooldown. The 200 moving average is also going to be a really strong area of resistance, so we got to be careful here about going long. Watching the volume. Got this like triple top here. Right there. Right at 38.84. Yeah, push up to 98. Okay. Get this like this tap 1, 2, 3 times. I can see this breaking out though at some point, but the 26 has crossed above the 35, which does give us a little bit of weakening momentum on the upside. We are getting these hammer candles here too. One second left in this. I'm gonna check in on the 5-minute chart and see how we're looking there. So on the 5, TTM's gone from 1.6 to 4.2 to 6.5. So TTM's looking pretty good as far as momentum stacking. We did get the 912 crossover on the or 9-12-26 crossover on the 5. Want to see the 9-12 get above the 35 on the 5-minute chart. We're there on the 1, but not the 5. And I'd love to see for the TTM to step into the Bollinger Band, which is these red dots here that you see. By the way, guys, just so you know, I learned a lot from you guys in the comments. I'm by no means a professional or perfect trader or anything like that. I like to trade live because I kind of like the community aspect of things, of just learning from people and sharing what I've learned and stuff like that. So yeah, like Todd, your standard deviation thing, I think that's super dope. Definitely the double bottom there, that entry at 63 was awesome, man. Getting out at 79, 16 points, $16. 5-minute kind of pulling down some. Where are we on this 5? Oh, this candle just started a minute and a half ago. Continuing to pull back. Might go for a quick short here. We can get it off of like 79. Maybe like 79, 75. It's like right at 79. That's not where I want to enter in a short. 1, 2, well, 1, then doji, then 1, 2. Another 5-minute pullback here. And the view app right at exactly 38.79 on the micro. I don't know, it's a little bit different here. It's at 38.82 on the mini. Still trading the micro at the moment. TTM's cooled down to 2.5. Still in the bullish territory. It's funny too. Is like after you trade and you see the charts and stuff like that, you're like, oh, I could have entered there. Could have entered there. Could have taken that trade. Such a annoying thought process that goes through my head sometimes. Okay, so we're hitting this 35. This could act as a support. It often does. But it looks like we're just blasting right through it. And now hitting the 50. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red candles and 2 dojis in a row, basically. Checking the 5. 5 still on that pullback. 1 minute left in this 5-minute candle. What we'd really want to see in order to really see this breakout would be a 5-minute candle to break over this wick here, this 38.84 level. But on the 5-minute chart, the TTM is stacking up. TTM was at 3.7 on the previous. Now it's at 4.4. It's not exactly multiplying though. At the rate that you'd really want to see in order to see solid momentum. VWAP is definitely going to be a harsh battle for the ES right now, just because it had so much falling down in the beginning of the day that in order to actually make it there, make it above this level, it's going to need a lot of buying power, a lot of buying momentum coming in. And I just don't know that we're going to see that. Just checking back in with the comments. 3863 and 3900 are my levels. Okay. Everything in between is just noise. I like that. Everything in between is just noise. So basically what that is, that's very similar to the trend reversal pattern that I often trade. I just never really looked at it from the standard deviation perspective. So maybe what I could do is I could take my trend reversal trade that I normally do, where we're looking for those trend reversals, and we're often doing that with the 1226, and then apply that standard deviation to it as well, and then that would give me another tool in my toolkit. My goal is really essentially to be able to have a trading strategy for any market, and I've done that pretty successfully through the years. 9 crossing below 12. I've done that pretty successfully for years, and really I just want to apply that futures. Futures is still rather new to me. I've been trading stocks for the last like 3 years, and I got into crypto, although not really knowing what I was doing, in like 2013. Did a lot of crypto trading, and throughout 2017 is probably when I did my most crypto trading. Was like, essentially it was right before Bitcoin had that first run up to 20K. We had started trading pretty significantly right before that, like maybe the summer before that, because I kept getting paid in Bitcoin from clients. They were like, "Hey, can I pay you in Bitcoin?" I was like, "I guess, why not?" So I've unfortunately sold more Bitcoin than I could ever hope to get back. But it's all good. I remember people were paying me in Bitcoin when Bitcoin was like $500 a coin. Oh, what happened to our TTM? It vanished. There it is. It just came back like the moment I click off. All right, TTM going red. This is a lot of pullback. It's kind of shocking, actually, that it's just continuing to sell off red. Let me find that 3,900 level you were talking about. Oh, we got that one marked right here. Let's give it its own color. There we go. Now let's go down to the 3863, which we also had marked. Well, let's give this its own color. Let's give that one green. There we go. Hopefully it doesn't confuse me, because I use green for sometimes, like when I trade stocks, I'll mark my entry using the line chart. I'll mark my entry with a green line, but I don't think I'll get confused. And the little possible crossover right there. Finally getting a bounce off of this. There's that 35 acting as support. You can see this is why this 35 is so useful, because a lot of times you'll see it pull back and act as support. The same with the 50. You'll see it act as both support and resistance. But that's one of the reasons why I really like this 35 EMA moving average, is that it almost like draws a moving support line and a moving resistance line for me. Getting a quick trade on the sim here, just for fun. It's really a test, honestly. The test being, would we bounce at this like 35? But since we actually closed that candle out and then now we're at the 50, I don't really know that it will. It's looking kind of weak in terms of price action. So bounce actually off the 50, not the 35. Yeah, I'll check out Connor. Those levels were on my chart 2 days ago. Yeah, that's I think that's what I put mine on there as well. Although not for standard deviation, I did it as support and resistance levels. Gonna have to try. Yeah, the 35 is dope, dude. It like I really like it just because it's like a moving support and resistance line. The other thing is if you use the 35 EMA in conjunction with the 26 SMA, you can spot trend reversals before they happen. And it kind of works like this. Like I can show you right here. You'll see like the it's sometimes it's a really long time ahead of time. Very specifically, like it's less accurate at the beginning of the day, but midway through the day it becomes more accurate in terms of the trend reversal. But basically, when the 35 EMA gets above the 26, it's predicting a trend reversal usually in the next 30 minutes. So I've used it for stocks a lot. For stocks, it's incredibly useful. And I'm noticing its use in regards to with futures. It works really well for a moving support and resistance line. Jumping back to the eval, getting a little bit of a trend reversal here on the TTM. It's going to take a quick long, but I kind of missed that entry. May look for an entry off of 38.79.
Order filled.
Oh no, it did fill, but in completely the opposite direction. Still holding that. Because we're actually break even on it at the moment. Slightly in profit.
Order filled.
All right, that ripped. It scared me, dude. It's just like fill drop. All right, now we're just down like $11 on the day. So pretty much come back most of the way. And honestly, we could have avoided it entirely if we just didn't trade that one trade on the mini. And frankly, all I ever traded forever was the mini. Yesterday was really the first day I ever traded the micro. And it was kind of nice just because like just how low the risk is. Obviously it sucks that the profit's so low. But my intention here, just because like, I have incredible accuracy in terms of my accuracy, but a lot of times like I'll get on that eval, I'll be up like, $1,500 or something like that, and then take like one bad trade or something like that ends up costing me like $250, $300. And sometimes I can get on tilt, and I try to make sure that I don't. I know that's an emotional regulation issue, not necessarily a trading issue. But also sometimes it puts you in this position where you're like, okay, my next trade has to be green, otherwise, I failed the eval or something like that, or get a rejection off that 200 moving average. This one's used by a lot of crypto traders. The 200 moving average here, it says 200 simple. This one's used by a ton of crypto traders, institutional crypto traders too. I know some institutional crypto traders that use this. They use the 50 EMA and the 200 SMA, and they basically just trade this one crossover strategy where essentially if the 50 gets above the 200, then they enter and go long, and vice versa. but the 200 moves. The 200 acts as really, really tough resistance. It's one of actually the strongest resistance levels I've seen of any of the moving averages, even more so than the VWAP. Pull back there. I was looking for an entry off of 80, but kind of missed it. Also, because it pulled back so much, I was a bit hesitant to jump in. Got a possible cross going on. The 35 is well below the 26. 26 is at 79.50, and the 35 is at 77. I might call it 77, 75, just because we move in ticks, not pennies. So we still got like maybe another minute or two before this 35 crosses back over, if it does. But if 35 crosses back over the 26, I think we're pretty solid for another bull run. I should say a move upward. Definitely not a bull run. Huge pullback. Strong rejection of the 200. You can actually see too that like, I know this is the VWAP here that this rejected, not necessarily the 200, but you can actually see it's kind of like through that trend. And if we go back, you'll see that the 200 had, like, it acted as resistance here in this zone. And then yesterday too, the 200, where was it? Was acting as resistance here in this area and over here before finally breaking over. Then you got that 50 crossing with the 200 right there yesterday, and we pretty much had a bull run for the rest of it. So the 50 crossing above the 200 is much more indicative of a longer term bull run, and if the 50 crosses below the 200, it's more indicative of a longer bear run. So that one is incredibly accurate. Like I said, I know institutional investors that use that one. Or institutional traders, I should say. Since investing and trading is not the same thing. Getting that breakdown, breaking below the 35 and below the 50. It's looking set up for a downward move, potentially back down towards the lows. Pretty heavy downward momentum. Go short here, looking for an entry off of 76.50. Missed that entry. Let's zoom in a little bit. A lot of buying momentum, buying pressure coming in. You can see here on the bull bear chart, the bull bear volume chart, and huge rip up. This bull bear chart thing is something I discovered recently. I really like it because this is actually what I was always wanting to see in Think or Swim, where it essentially tells me like how much was it buys, how much was it sells, and what was the total volume, which I think is a really useful indicator, because it does all my volume right there, but it also gives me other information all at once. Bounced again off the 50. Every time I bounced off the 50 again and again and again, it's giving me more and more indication that we're going to see some support and that we're going to see that upward move. It is 8:30 So we could get a trend reversal here at 8:30. The other time that we see a lot of momentum is at the top of the hour, getting a nice move up. Kind of indecisive here, going up and down. 10 seconds left. It's looking more weak to me than it is strong. 9 dip below the 35. Gonna go short here.
Order filled.
Look for
Order filled.
Took 5. Was that 3 ticks or 5? 3. Good profit on the day, a couple of bucks. Well, it's like way slower trading the micros, man. I really only traded the mini this entire time, and I've been used to dealing with, like, I don't know, hundreds of dollars in each trade, and it's kind of weird to trade in like 30, 40, 50 bucks. 10 seconds left on this, 9 seconds. I could see this continuing to go downward a little bit, but you do see a lot of the buying pressure coming in on that last candle right towards the end there. I would like to actually utilize this bull bear chart here to be able to make more buying and selling decisions. I've used it a couple of times, and the times that I've used it, it's been pretty accurate. But this is a new method for me of judging momentum, and so I'm still learning it, still kind of developing it into my instinct of trading. But I've been really I've had some good results using this bull bear volume chart. I actually wish it was on every trading platform that I use, but I use multiple platforms. Like I trade in Webull stocks every day. By the way, if y'all trade stocks, options, or crypto, you should check out Webull. When you sign up using my link, you'll actually get 6 free stocks. It's ridiculous. You'll just automatically be in the green once you sign up and fund your account. And you only need to fund your account with $100. So it's really, really cheap. You'll get 6 free stocks. Sometimes they give away Amazon, Google stock too. So they do actually give away some pretty expensive stocks at times. When I first signed up, they were only giving away 2 free stocks, and I was already green 40% on my account. So you know, it just depends. They're like random stocks, it seems, that they give away, but you get 6 free stocks when you sign up. Use my link. Also, guys, too, if you want to check out if you guys want to try to earn funding in the futures market as well, check out Elite Trader Funding. Elite Trader Funding is super dope. I've been using these guys now for a few months. They have amazing customer service, and the 50K evaluation, if you guys use my promo code JSBEST and the link in the description, you'll actually get 25% off of this for life. And I wholeheartedly believe this is one of the best values in the market for a trading prop firm. Because like this pricing is very competitive for what else is out there. But your profit target is only 3K. You have a drawdown of 2,000. You can take 8 minis and 80 micros, and so you can really do a lot with this account. And 5 ticks, taking the max position size. If you do 5 tick trades and do 7 trades, that's your whole funding right there. 5 ticks is a very common trade that I get on a regular basis, so it's not overly challenging at that point. Head and shoulder neckline test on SPY. That's a fight at 77. Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing, man. That's exactly what I'm seeing too. The fight at 77, which is exactly where that EMA 35 is. Right there at 77. It's actually looking, in my opinion, it's looking a little bit weaker. But we're coming up and we're bouncing off this like low 70s, like 73, 75, and so we're almost like having this like I don't know, little like buy and sell war right here. I can tell you one thing though: if this green 50 gets above that 200, that's one of the best trend reversal indicators I've ever found. Ripping up. Might get a rip and dip. TTM is only at -1 now. Is there an entry point here for a long? This 200 might act as resistance again. 200 is right at 79, and we're currently at 77. Got a possible crossover of the 1226. Sometimes I like just checking in with TOS. It's kind of a different perspective on the charts for me. I really like this like dark gray background. I wish I could actually apply it to like everything. A lot of things don't allow you to change the background, which really annoys me. It's either like pitch black, which I don't know, kind of distracts me a little bit. I also like that the candles are like green and like almost like a reddish orange, as opposed to like solid bright red, like fire engine red. So let's see, -1.1, kind of just sideways now at the moment. If you guys haven't already, make sure you opt into the email list. The email list allows us to be able to send you guys out emails for reminders for the stream. You saw in the chat, Tiny was having issues getting notifications for us. So, sometimes that happens where notifications are challenging to get through YouTube. It just happens sometimes. So opt into the email list. That way we can always have a dialogue going. But yeah, we're coming up on an hour and a half on the stream here. We're probably going to go ahead and shut it down. Again, guys, if you want to take advantage of 24% off for life, use promo code JSBEST for Elite Trader Funding and the link in the description, and you'll get that discount for life. Also, guys, join the email list if you want to receive email communication from me. We talk about stuff in there that we don't talk about anywhere else. And we've only started this about 45 days ago, so we will be growing, we'll be scaling, we will be changing up the format and making it bigger, better, and all that type of stuff. We're an endlessly improving channel, so don't think this is all you get. You'll definitely be getting more as we grow here over the next few months. And so you guys know, my background is in digital marketing, entrepreneurship, a million different side hustles, also philosophy, coaching, other stuff like that. So you will eventually get more and more content like that as well, so that this will be a part of it, because I believe that type of stuff, the emotional stability, the ability to regulate emotions and everything in between, regulate your spirit and come to this place from a balanced perspective, I believe that's all the foundation of trading. I think it's incredibly important, the psychology of trading and everything in between. So you'll definitely get a lot more content like that from me over time. And that a lot of that stuff will only be available through email. So you'll definitely want to join that. Of course, it's free. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and shut down. And although we do have a potential trend reversal going on, we're kind of just going sideways in the market right now. I think in about 15-20 minutes or so, we may see a trend reversal. So make sure you guys are watching out for that if it does happen. But outside of that, Optimus, I'm going to peace out for the day and start working on some other stuff for this channel and for this community that is growing and getting better and better every day. All right, guys. Peace out, Optimus. We will see you tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific time, 10:30 Eastern time. We love and appreciate you. Peace.